retired nurses enye dwuma no. In the first interview no, or show the reason why or no embu minister no. In the second interview no, the problem you know say minister ni nimu nyansa. The ministry released a statement. It is not the responsibility of the minister to even come to the hospital. It is not. Now, Mumiente minister the reason tia Ralph na ama aponchireni anyway AD minister na temno. The minister was accompanied by other people. Remember, the minister of health is not only minister for nurses and doctors. He's a minister for Ghana. At that point, Ralph no, he has not been charged. He's not a criminal. No police officer has handcuffed him. No official complaint had been made that Ralph standing at the hospital is a criminal or is under criminal investigations and nobody can go close to him or he cannot talk to anybody. It is when minister comes to a place and nobody there has been charged of any criminality officially or is a criminal and somebody walks to the minister. The minister of health is not a minister for only nurses and midwives or doctors. The minister of health is a minister for Ghanaians. It's minister Drew or Nasa Obi stretching and sa Echian in Simno Kabibichena. Does it make it look say a seminar is because if it is a criminal matter, is the minister an investigator? If it is a criminal matter, is the minister a police officer? So if the minister out of courtesy and respect na otin in such will be na se nipali kasem gunasuma, that reaction there will not stop the crime from being investigated. This is a fooler. He's hiding behind nurses, normal destroy nurses' life. Let's listen to the minister.
Let me at this point reiterate to the whole country that irrespective of the level of provocation at any health facility in this country, nobody, irrespective of your status in society, absolutely nobody has the right to attack any health professional in this country. That is the gravamen of the issue. No diversionary tactics about handshaking. That is what we must concentrate on, to send a clear signal that our health professionals working at the various health facilities are safe. And so after the engagement with the management, when I pulled out of the wards, then in fact, in the engagement with the management, I made it clear to them that I had listened to their side of the story. And therefore, as a minister, I will also listen to the other side of the story. And I then constituted a committee to look into the matter, bring out recommendations for implementation. A lawyer, a nurse, a medical doctor. Then, in fact, in the engagement with the management, I made it clear to them that I had listened to their side of the story. And therefore, as a minister, I will also listen to the other side of the story. And I then constituted a committee to look into the matter, bring out recommendations for implementation. A lawyer, a nurse, a medical doctor, an auditor, an HR person to go into the matter. Now, when I pulled out, my attention was drawn to a gentleman called Ralph, who was at the center of the controversy. And so he was working towards us as a group. The medical director was with me. The deputy director general was also with me. Then I asked, why did you do this, gentleman? When I asked, most of you were there. I mean, the press, you were there. So you can attest to what I'm saying. You were there with me. When I asked him, the gentleman then stretched his hand, shaking me and trying to whisper something into my ears. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, Should I push the guy that don't whisper anything into my ears? Should I snub him? Should I shout at him? Even if that guy has been prosecuted and sentenced to life imprisonment, and he stretches his hand to shake me as a minister, as a public officer, I have the duty to stretch and greet him. So let us not reduce the fact that I shook hands with him does not mean that I should stop any measure or any steps that the ministry or government will take to unravel the situation.
So basically, Minister Neko Ubia Oho, Abrante Ralph na he was in the middle of this controversy. Police in Chino. The hospital has not made any official complaint to the police. At that moment, Ralph is not a criminal. The management of the hospital know the right thing to do. In fact, issue ni see, say there was security or police station where what did the security do? Into kwasia when samana okekano. It wasn't because onim de oyo he was doing pure politics. At a point, otumi bien no crack catch the ministers and wo ye kuani ana. This guy okasa wa asempano obien no busa minister na wo minister wo health minister wo ye kuani ana. San kwasiafo we bi na yaso mo so wo Ghana. Akando is a farmer and there's nothing wrong being a farmer. We need more farmers in Ghana. The president of the Republic of Ghana is one of the biggest farmers in Ghana. Most of the rich people who are intelligent in Africa are into farming. But this guy who says he's a doctor, debi ameka se we mu no mo jimi. Debi ameka che Ghana for say san kwasiafo we no omo jimi. This guy is going in, he's doing politics. You know why? Mamika be big trouble. For him to even just insult farmers. Only any position biao, a association or a secretary. Meti ya kwasia we chira o Legon. I hope it is not right. I hope it is not true. Because if you are a lecturer, you are somebody at the University of Ghana. For this guy to stand on or to sit on radio, national radio to say, Minister, are you a farmer? I expect people who are rational and intelligent in Ghana to make sure whatever position this fool is occupying, Ochina, Kwasewe needs to be kicked out. This guy is using the nurses for his own political vendetta. There is a calculated attempt to sit behind the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwifery Association to do politics and destroy people. They don't like Akando. In the previous administration, how many times did you see the Minister of Health enter a hospital without any announcement? How many times did you see that? Not NC. For 8 years, Ajima Menu, the chain smoker, never entered any hospital. Impromptu. And I said, without announcing, a BNC that. Do you know? For the past 8 years, what these people enjoyed as the leadership of GRNMS, whatever, no, they were being broadcast by the ministry, politicians. Including BB, they have this cartel, and it is led by this guy and the president of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwifery Association. This is what they do. A buying buyer every year be a momuka. Now, since Akando took over, Akando made sure say he wasn't going to use his office to be buying cars for people who lead associations. And that was from day one. Some of them came together to say, we are going to embarrass this government and whoever is the minister. And then they started striking. The president of this association, Nikuru, MPP chairman. So this boy right now, the lady knows, says she has been exposed politically. Into Onwe take a step back. And Oma Akwawe MPP bidding. Into the agenda is that let us disgrace the minister. Let us disgrace the government. Because Oshe Asamoah is a purely managerial issue. A purely managerial. The minister came in out of courtesy. Nobody can blame the minister for what happened at Ridge Hospital because the minister of Accra, Asamsi or Obuasi Regional Hospital, and now Obuasi District Hospital. Do you expect the minister to come all the way to Obuasi to issue an arrest? Are you stupid? The minister took steps, all because of proximity. Maybe an office war, any maybe a rich hospital war. That is why the minister, out of courtesy and also feel a sense of responsibility, walked there. It is not the responsibility of the minister to issue an arrest or arrest anybody who comes to the hospital to cause chaos. It is you calling yourself a doctor. You sit back and you ask yourself, why should I even blame the minister? And that go to the point to blame the minister's police officer who is guarding him. Is it the responsibility of the police minister's security to arrest somebody at the hospital? But you see, I'm about to the level whereby they are even insulting farmers. When you be minister, now minister, is he a farmer? Yes, he's a farmer. And he's a well-to-do farmer. And he has made a lot of wealth from being a farmer. The same way reasonable, intelligent people who really want to make decent wealth go into farming. Not like fools like you hiding behind titles. Association. So the reason why they have this fight with the minister is all because the minister is not doing what Ajima Medu Dems were doing for them.